What's up guys, it's Cobalt here and welcome back to another video. In today's video I'm doing another G7 related unboxing and review. I've already unboxed all of Wave 1 and Wave 3, but it took me a while to get through Wave 2, so this set is also from Wave 2, although technically there's only one new pet and all of the rest of the pets in here are from Wave 1. We'll talk about that of course once I open it, but the set that I have today here is this travel case collector set. Of course, if you want to purchase this for yourself after watching this video, there will be a link down below in the description where you can buy it over on Amazon. So before we open this guy up, I of course want to talk about the packaging. I think the packaging is super cute. I love how it looks like a little briefcase and it's got all these stamps from different countries and stuff. The front and back pretty much look exactly the same, although you can see a little bit more of the luggage details here on the front side, although if I show it to you this way, it just wants to fall over. I've been really excited for the new LPS that's in this set, so I don't know why it's taking me so long to open it, but let's finally do that. So there was some tape on the front and the side that I had to cut off, and I might be opening this upside down. Is there more tape? Yeah, there is. Okay, can we open it now? Oh, I'm opening it upside down. Guys, help, I can't do this with one hand. Yeah, I totally opened it upside down. Okay, well, here are all of the pets. So you can see all of these guys probably look very familiar. The PP shark comes in here. And then here is the new fox, which of course you'll talk about in a second. Let's get these guys out of the way so we can appreciate the box here. Okay, so here's how it looks opened correctly. There is a bunch of little play spaces in here. We've got a beach, and then of course the park. You can fold this flat on the ground so you can play with your LPS on it. I think it's really cute. And then I love the little beach scenery as well. Look, Cobalt's at the beach. So this box, I do like the fact that it's reusable for starters. It explains a little bit as to why the set is so expensive, of course, along with the fact that it comes with so many LPS. But of course, you know, this isn't like the greatest cardboard in the world. If you have the pet hotel set, it is the exact same kind of cardboard, and it's essentially the same cardboard that all LPS packaging boxes are made out of. It's just a little bit thicker. You can see the thickness right here. But yeah, as for the box, that's really all I have to say about it. So now let's look at the littlest pet shops. So I'm gonna free all of them off camera because I can already tell it's gonna take me a while, but let's take a look at everything that comes in here. This is a fat package. So low key, are we gonna get a card for every single pet? Oh my god. Oh my god, so many coins. Okay, wow. Roblox coins galore. Do people still use these? Oh, interesting. Okay, so we have coins from Wave 1 and from Wave 2. Alright, so there's all the coins. Hopefully you can see them all. This set also comes with a Wave 1 checklist because, like I've already mentioned, it doesn't really know which series it wants to be a part of, but this does make sense since the majority of the pets would be on the Wave 1 checklist and not the Wave 2 one. But now, let's look at all of the trading cards here. We have a whole collection going. So we'll see if I even get any new ones. We got the axolotl. Here's the fox. This is the new LPS that comes in the set. It is number 124. As you can see, it is a chilliest pet with the teardrop eyes, which is pretty cool. Here is the goat. I love the goat. And then we got this little bird, cat. Most of these are from the blind box series. This of course is from one of the 5 packs. We got the Pomeranian. Here's the kiwi bird. I think this is a new card. I don't think I've seen this one before, so that is pretty cool. Here's the ant from the same set as the Pomeranian. We got the otter, which is another blind box set. We got the shark. Yes. Oh wait, this is actually fire because I do not have this card. It does not come in the tube that the shark comes in. So if you want the shark card, you gotta buy this set. I'm gonna put him in the background because I love him. Obviously I have this one because he comes in the blind boxes, but this card looks different, but I might just be going crazy. And then finally we have the seagull card. So now let's take a look at all of the accessories and pets that this set comes with, of course. Here are all of the accessories. Until G7, I have never had so many duplicate accessories in my entire life. But that being said, these are all accessories that you probably already have if you have been collecting like every single G7 LPS set like I have. But they are very cute. It's mostly a lot of food accessories. There's some pretty good ones like the heart biscuit. I really like this fish here. The lemonade is cute. Got some apples, another fish. But yeah, this is kind of boring. We've already seen all this before. And here are all of the LPS as well, which I will of course also be speed running through because I feel like the whole point of this video is mostly to review the fox, which is again the one new LPS in this set, but also to kind of determine if I think buying this set is even worth it, because you do get a lot of LPS, but you're only getting one new LPS unless you don't have any of these guys, and I think that this set is absolutely perfect. I mean, from pulling these guys out of the box, it didn't really seem like there was any differences between them and the previous ones, so like I said, that's why it's kind of going to be a little bit of a speed run. But first up, we got the the little bird. This guy is originally from the Series 1 blind boxes. This one has fairly grainy eyes and is probably worse quality than the original one that I got. There's a lot of weird dents in his plastic, especially here on the back, on the bottom of his head. That's super weird. So probably the worst one in the whole set. I probably feel that way even if he was in perfect condition. I do honestly really like this bird. I'm probably the only one who likes him. He's a little freak and I think he's really cute, but I'm not like crazy about this compared to like a cat or a dog or something. Don't even know what I would use to customize this guy, whereas like all the other ones, if it's a double, I have no problem customizing it because I think there's a lot of really good bases in here, like the Pomeranian, for example. I think Pomeranians make for some really cute customs, and she has a like a little glue spot, I think, on her eye, but aside from that, and like this weird thing on her nose, aside from that, she's in decent quality compared to everybody else. But again, I think my original one is still better looking, and the original one comes in the 5-pack farm set. Along with the ant, she comes in the same set as the Pomeranian, as I already mentioned. This one looks pretty good. I don't think I have much to complain about her. Again, a good base for customizing, especially with the trend that LPS Emily has started of making little alien creatures with the ant body and like a cat head. I really want to try those because I think they're super cute. Then we got my favorite G7 LPS ever, Mr. Piss Shark. He has a weird orange stain right here that the other ones don't. Because I have so many, I guess it's kind of cool that that like separates him from my other one, but like especially this eye, it just seems a little bit more grainy than usual. Feeling wise, like texture wise, they all feel pretty good. They just have a couple like mishaps here and there. I think this set is only available online on Amazon, at least here in the States, but even if it wasn't, it's still just a giant blind box, so you don't really know how your pets are gonna look. And this guy, just like the other bird, he's got some weird like scratch marks on him. And this shark, by the way, comes in a pet trio set, one of the tubes, and this one also comes from the blind boxes in case you're curious as to where you could also get them. But yeah, he's got a lot of weird, like, honestly, they look like bite marks. I hope nobody chewed on these LPS before I got them. This seagull notoriously has really greeny eyes, so I'm not noticing anything too different between the one that I already own. But again, because of these dents in the plastic, he is also worse quality. Here's the axolotl. I think it's very fun that this set comes with an axolotl because, you know, this is one of the new basic fun molds. I really like them a lot. They've definitely grown on me since G7 has come out, and this is my favorite axolotl, so I like the fact that he comes in this set. His eyes also appear to be a little bit more grainy than the one that I already have, but aside from that, I don't think I notice anything else weird about him. He looks pretty good. Then we have the seagull. I don't really like the design of the seagull, although I do think that the seagull bases are pretty cute. This one has very nice eyes. They're super glossy, very vibrant, and there's not a lot of graininess to them. The hearts on the stomach also look nice, and I think this is the first one where this bird, aside from this little blue stain here, looks a lot better than the one I already own. Although, saying that now, I turn it and there's more little dents in the plastic, so I don't know what is up with that. Maybe it's because I left them in the box for so long. It's kind of weird. Maybe as they are exposed to air a little bit more, those dents will like soften out and disappear. I don't really know. I also don't even know if you can see them on camera, but trust me, they're there in real life. And this seagull also comes from one of the 5-packs, but the beach-themed 5-pack. Then we have the otter. I've been out of otter bases for a while, so I'm glad to be able to add another one of these to my customizing pile. This one, once again, what the hell? She has the same problem of like these weird dents on her head, but she also has this weird substance. I think it might just be glue, but that's so weird. Why are all these pets like messed up? I don't know. I'm gonna customize her anyway, so I'm not mad about it, but like if you were excited for all these LPS and didn't own them yet, that would be kind of unfortunate. So I will hope that I am just unlucky. This one also has extremely grainy eyes compared to the other versions of this otter that I've gotten, and I've unboxed quite a few of these otters because they came in the blind boxes. Last pet from a blind box is the Himalayan cat. She, though, actually I think looks pretty good. The way that I worded that sentence was really weird, but yeah, this pet looks good. I don't see any of the dents or scuffs in her plastic. Her eyes are not too grainy, and there's no paint mishaps. But again, I'll probably be just customizing this LPS, but I also do love the Himalayan cat bases. I think they're very, very cute. Then we have the kiwi bird, another base that I think is pretty good, and another LPS that just like feels more rare. This was from one of the Pet Pair 2-packs. The eyes don't look the best. I think they're more grainy again than the one that I already have. The brown is pretty vibrant, but like that's normal. But the whites on the bottom of the eye, especially on this one, look a little bit yellowed, and the one that I already have is not like that. But aside from that, that's the only thing. But again, going into the customizing pile, so personally, because of my circumstances, I don't care that much. The goat looks pretty good. Her eyes are not grainy. They're very vibrant. I see like, you know, the edges of some of the paint details are a little bit rough, but this goat is kind of just like that. And she's also from the farm 5-pack. So now let's take a look at our new fox. Obviously I looked at it a little bit bit already when I was pulling it out of the box. First thing I want to note before I reveal its face, its peg is kind of like falling out. Maybe I did that when I was pushing it out of the package. I don't know. I mean, that's an easy thing to fix, but I just thought that I would point that out because now he is perpetually looking down. So that could completely be human error from me like shoving it out of the plastic. None of the pets were tied in. They were just sort of like shrink wrapped into the plastic that they were sitting in. Another thing I do want to mention before I show the eyes, I don't know if you can see this on camera. The head to body color is decent, but not great. The head is more of a standard orange where the body's a little bit redder and a little bit darker. But here is the face. Look up, Mr. Man, stop looking down. So I like the teardrop eyes. I think they're very cute, especially considering the fact that like this one has the normal classic teardrop alignment. Like the placement is the same as the original G2 LPS that had eyes like this. But going forward, the way that the teardrops are oriented is different. Like they're rotated so that they're like on the side, which is kind of weird. I don't think I'm going crazy, and I don't think it's the placement of the eyes. This teardrop is way larger than this one, or at least like the bottom round part is a lot larger, which kind of sucks. That's a little bit weird because aside from that, I think that the eyes actually look pretty good. I've seen some where the eyes do not look good, but I am noticing some like paint missing here from the bottom of the hair. The edges are not very clean, which is unfortunate. This one also does have a gradient. It's a very, very speckly gradient, but it makes it honestly look really soft, so I'm not mad about that. I think the gradient is decently clean, but you can't really ask like too much from a G7 gradient, so maybe it looks pretty good, especially considering that some of the other paint is not all that perfect. So this fox is technically a remake of this fox here. It's an LPS that I've always wanted, so I'm glad that I do now sort of own it as a G7 pet. So I am very glad that G7 now has the fox LPS. Obviously, I've already done a video with the Wave 3 fox, and there's more foxes to come in Wave 4, but this was the first fox release in G7 and the only fox in Wave 2. So I'm glad that he is finally freed from the box because he's literally been in there for like, I don't know, over half a year at this point. So let's get all of the pets back out here so you can once again see everything that this pack comes with. Now for me, I do really like the fox, like I said, but honestly, I'm still hyped about the shark trading card. I think that's my favorite thing about this set, if I'm gonna be so honest. So once again, here's everybody from the set. It comes with 12 little pet shops, an accessory for each one of them, a card for each one of them, and a bunch of Roblox coins. So if you play Roblox, I mean, this set is definitely worth it for sure. If you don't own any of these LPS, I also think it's worth it, although unfortunately a lot of mine were a little bit less than good quality, but luckily the fox that I got is in pretty good shape, and he is the main reason why most people would be buying this set. But technically, in general, I do think that this set is a really good option for somebody who wants to begin their LPS collection and doesn't own any of these pets yet or missed out on a lot of the Wave 1 pets. But aside from that, I completely understand why a lot of people were frustrated with this set, and honestly with Wave 2 in general, because there are a lot of new sets that came with mostly repeats and then like one new LPS. So it feels like a little bit of a waste of money, or like you're paying so much money only to get one LPS that you don't have. Like I said, as an LPS customizer, I was pretty excited to open this set because there's a lot of bases in here that I really like the otter and the goat and the cat. But obviously your opinion is going to differ depending on what you like to do with your LPS and what LPS you already have. But as always, let's continue this conversation down below in the comments, so let me know what you guys all think about them down there. And of course, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye!